Hello everyone! Today we are looking at something a little bit different. Well, I do say that all the time, but this time it's actually different. Because something that, mostly new players have probably overlooked is what is this new armor piece called Solar Armor Piece at the gold bullion vendor that is Rags. As you can see, this is the one here, Solar Armor, left arm, left leg, blah 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 blah. They're quite expensive, so most people actually question whether they are worth it. And I'm lucky because I actually managed to get all of these plans from the Vault 94 Vault Trade when they were still available there. Now it's no longer able to be gathered from there. But I did have all of the sets and I did manage to craft myself a full set. But now that times are easier and you can actually buy Vault Steel instead of having to grind those egregious missions all over again, now it's actually much more viable to get these armor pieces. And I'm going to tell you, if you are planning to get it, why you should get it, and if you are just actually hesitant on whether to buy it or not, then whether if it's worth it for you or not. So we are back at our camp, and as you can see, I built myself a nice little ramp, because this character of mine does not use any mutations, and that's going to be important for this test. Well, first of all, this armor set, what it does is, it's going to regenerate health for you and your nearby teammates while you are above 60% health. This is an interesting mechanism, by the way, because there are two other major mechanisms in the game that actually do similar things. Well, firstly, you have the regenerating legendary effect, as you can see here. This is something that's a primary legendary effect for armor pieces, and yes, it does stack, so it's gonna be more effective the more armor pieces you have, but as you can see here, it does not work while in combat. The other thing that we've got that I don't have on this character is the healing factor mutation, which is gonna decrease the effect of your healing items, but it's gonna pretty much skyrocket your regeneration once you are outside of combat. So both of those do not work in combat, but the healing factor is much more efficient than either the regenerating combat armor or armor piece effect, or the solar piece or solar armor sets set bonus. I tested that; it's night and day of a difference, but again, it does not work in combat, and keep that in mind. So for someone like me, who does not use mutations, because I wanted to keep my per cards out of luck and in my perception and strength build, what can I do? Well, this armor set pretty much just solves all of your problems. Because as you can see here, I'm going to first demonstrate how strong the regenerating armor effect is. As you can see, once you equip it, by the way, it no longer works the set bonus. This little symbol here is gonna be unfilled once I equip even one armor piece, because you need all 5 to get the set bonus. But, I'm gonna jump down here. And, as you can see, I'm regenerating about 1 health per 5 seconds. 4 or 5 seconds. That's not much. That's really not much. Even if you get a full set of armor pieces, that's 5 armor pieces, you're gonna get about 1 health per second, or 5 health per 5 seconds, if you will. That's not much. But, let's see what the solar armor does. Now I've equipped my pieces. By the way, none of the solar armor pieces I have are regenerating. They are all defending me against a certain type of enemies, so ghouls, mutants and all that. So you can just get a flat out 15% damage resistance against everything in the game. So let's jump down here, and let's see how effective it is. Okay, so now I fell below the 60% threshold, so as you can see, it does not work. But I can quickly solve that by drinking some water, and now it's actually working. So, it kicked in, and as you can see, once the water actually stops working, I'm getting about 5 seconds, 5 health per second. Again, 5 health per second. To compare it, that's about 5 times as efficient as if you had a full set of regenerating armor on you. And this armor actually lets you have a different, main legendary effect on you, because it does not take up that slot. It's just a separate bonus set. And this also works on your teammates. As you can see on the bottom left, his health is getting slowly back up, even though he does not have any regenerating armor pieces either. And this actually works on them even if they are below 60% health. So yeah, it's really useful for a team-focused gameplay, rather. And last but not least, let's see what this armor needs in order to be maximized in terms of effectiveness. So, to get modifications for this armor set, once you do the quest for the Enclave and become a member of them, as well as becoming their officer, which requires an additional quest line, you can get access to the command center here. And once you go inside, there is the armory. And once you go to this modules terminal, you can get the mods for this armor set. As you can see, yes, they are very, very expensive. You need to spend about 10,000 caps, a bit less I think, to mod an entire 5-piece armor set with every single mod. That's about 10 mods altogether. You need, of course, the polymer, I think, is the best one for every single piece, as well as the, desired mod effect for the armor. Good thing is that even if you don't have enough money on one character, you can still, drop the mods. As you can see, I bought one. You can drop them and can transfer them to other characters. So, if one character uses this armor set, but he doesn't have access to the Enclave bunker, then you can just buy them with another character and then drop it for yourself or have somebody else transfer it for you. Okay, finally, now that you see how expensive it can be, let's see if it's actually worth the money and how it performs in a combat scenario. Okay, so to test things out, I don't need to actually demonstrate my damage, but I do need to demonstrate the, received damage that I get. And basically, your biggest enemy here is gonna be radiation. So, fighting ghosts, this armor is less effective because you need to constantly pump yourself full of red away so that you don't actually, get capped by your max health. But against something like super mutants, I feel like we would have a pretty good testing round because they do a lot of damage, but they don't do much radiation damage. So, to test it out, I'm going to use myself a common, just a junkies automatic handmade. It's not really a god tier weapon, but it's a good weapon. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to mow down all the super mutants here. And you can see that I don't need to use a simple stim pack while I'm here. There we go. We are at full health, well fed and well hydrated. So let's go in and rain hell on these guys.
Who's there?
First of all, find yourself a cover. That's important because you need to fall back while you are healing. You can just go in like a madman.
Let's play.
I need to get myself some distance towards them, but as you can see, I'm still at max health. The armor set itself provides a really good damage and energy resistance. Okay, I got myself some damage. This is legendary, by the way, I'll take that. Okay, get out of the screen, please. I need to see what I'm shooting at. As you can see, I'm still taking this damage. I'm getting constant regeneration back. But then again, automatic rifles are not joke, so just be mindful. While I'm reloading, I'm getting my health back again. Got this guy too. Got that guy too, and there are 2 blocks here, but they won't be able to out-damage my regeneration with their weapons. Then again, I can't see because the lights suck. Okay, again, just move into cover. And I moved that guy down too. Got myself some limb damage, but it's nice, but it's fine. There you go. And I still haven't fallen below the 60% damage threshold, even though I just moved down a bunch of super mutants. So yeah, as you can see, I'm still being healed back. Also, there is a turret. There is no longer a turret. So, yeah, I didn't use a single stim pack in this scenario. And as I said, I have no mutations whatsoever. So I don't have any adrenal reaction. I don't have any, scaly skin, healing factor, any of that. And my armor set only gives me 15% resistance against super mutants. That's it. And I managed to clear this entire place out, full level super mutants without a single stim pack used. I think this actually speaks for itself. I hope this was helpful for you and hope that it's gonna help you decide whether you want this armor piece or not. Or armor set rather. I keep saying armor piece, but it's armor set. One last thing, it actually works even if the piece breaks on you. So as long as you don't unequip it when it's broken, the set bonus is still gonna be, functioning. But yeah, fix it back as soon as you can. Thank you very much for watching.